I promised you I was going to stop smoking, right?
Yes.
And I think I'm going to, since the weight loss is doing so well. And this is what my plan is. I am going to limit myself to 4 cigarettes a day.
Okay.
One first thing in the morning.
Okay.
One after every meal, or maybe 5. One first thing in the morning, one after every meal, and well, you know. Anyway, I'll give you the pack.
Okay.
You give me my ration in the morning, and I promise not to go out and buy any more during the course of the day. How's that? Deal?
Deal. Baby, I am proud of you.
Well, thank you, baby.
I owe you a lobster dinner.
Well,
What you think?
I think maybe I would like to have a ruby ring.
Ah, okay. You got it. That's
Since
a done
you
deal.
bought me the biggest diamond I've ever seen. How
Or
about
better yet, let's hold off on that. And
what?
Janine's.
Okay. For my lobster dinner? All right, that's good. Well now. Yeah. Janine's. They make the most incredible lobster dinner. You know, the one with the deviled crabs? Tastes so good it make you want to kiss your mama.
Yeah, let's go to Mommy's favorite restaurant.
I think you need to be doing reading, writing, and arithmetic over there.
Yeah, this is between me and your mama.
Daddy, Amon is fighting me.
Lord
Mom,
have mercy.
Please, stop touching, please.
Anyway.
Done deal, baby. You've earned it. And you know what? We're about to settle on a Walker case.
Okay.
And when we do, guess what? I am going to buy you the biggest diamond that you have ever seen.
I know we were going to get around to that. Oh, you already done that. How about getting me my birthstone? The ruby, the one I've been telling you about with the big old ruby with the itty bitty rubies all around the middle?
Okay, Queen Elizabeth, all right.
Well, you did it.
Well, say no more. You got it. And you know what else, baby? It is so hard to believe how good God has been to us. My law firm has been up and running for 3 years, and we're on the verge of a really big payday. I don't know why God has been so good to us.
Well, honey, Proverbs 28:20 says that a faithful man will be truly blessed. And he rewards faithfulness, honey. You've been faithful to God. You've been faithful to the church. But most importantly, honey, you've been faithful to me. I love you. The girls adore you. Honey, you had a dream and you made it happen. What's the matter?
Oh, everything's okay. It's okay.
Well, it's getting late, and I hate to break up our tender little moment, so I'm going for my run. You'll settle the girls in?
Yeah, I'll make sure they're settled, baby.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Love you.
I love you too, sweetie.
Okay. All right, girls. Let me see what you're doing with your homework.
Mommy, help me with this one.
Okay, you forgot to regroup your 9. You make the 8. See?
Told you so.
All righty. Okay, I'll see you when I get back, sweetheart.
All right. Jackie, don't forget your inhaler.
Oh, thank you. I'll see you when I get back, sweetie.
Okay.
Bye, Mommy. Bye, Mommy.
All right, sweeties, let's get ready for bed, okay? Come give me a hug.
Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy.
You know I love you.
Love you too, Daddy. Love you too, Daddy.
I love you.
Good night, Daddy. Good night, Daddy.
Good night. I'll be in a moment. Make sure you're tucked in. I love you.
Love you too, Daddy.
Lord, how do you even stand the sight of me? I come into your house, I praise you, I serve on the board at church, and yet I cheat on my wife with her best friend. God, she's She's known Terry since they were kids, and she'll be crushed. God, she'll be crushed if she ever found out. And yet, you bless me the way you do. How can you still love me?
Lord, I come into your presence, knowing I've sinned, knowing that I broke your word again and again. Lord, I come into your presence, even though I broke your heart, and yet I come here praying that you'll give me a brand new start. Lord, I know that I have hurt you, and I know that I've done wrong, and sometimes I don't feel worthy, Lord, to even sing your songs. But I know there's nowhere else to go if I want to be set free. So I cry, Lord Jesus, help me. So I cry, Lord Jesus, help me. Lord, I come into your presence, ashamed of how I live, and yet I come here praying that you'll once again forgive. Oh my God, the way I live my life, the things that you must see, it's a wonder you don't blot my name and turn away from me. And I know that when I break your word, I only cause you pain, and sometimes I don't feel worthy.
Got to do right. I've got to end this. Lord, help me end this. Hey, Terry. Yeah, it's me. Listen, we need to go someplace private. No. Because we really need to talk.
Oh, okay, Mr. Watson. You said you had a 5-minute recess? Oh, okay, no problem. I can look that up for you. Sure. What volume? Okay, hold just a second, please. Mr. Watson? Yes, I have it. It says the assault and battery one. Okay. Imposition of 15-year sentence for assault was not excessive, where assault charge arose from defendant striking a victim across face with gun. Okay. All right, no problem. Good luck. No, I'm fine. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Ms. Ellis. Miss Ellis?
I'm sorry. Good morning, Mr. Hayes.
Are you okay this morning? Now listen, did that guy put his hands on you? I'm cool this time, but I will make sure that they put his butt under the jail. You just let me know, and we will get a restraining order to cease and desist, and I'll swear out an affidavit about the time I saw him put his hands on you here at the office.
No, Mr. Hayes, Ronnie's cool. I told you, he just talks like he's some kind of a roughneck. He's really just a teddy bear.
So, does this by chance have anything to do with our misunderstanding from a few months back?
Well, it does, and it doesn't.
That's a good lawyer answer.
Guess I'm making progress. But it's like this. I was thinking about that afternoon when we had our misunderstanding. Look, let me explain it this way. When I was doing my undergrad work, I was a serious party girl. I mean, I should have been on one of those Girls Gone Crazy videos. I really like sex. I mean, I really like it. If I saw a guy and I thought that he was cute, well, let's just say he wouldn't have to work very hard.
Wait, hold on.
Well, you know.
I think I know what you mean, but you're giving me too much information.
Okay. Well, one night, me and a couple of my sorority sisters decided to have a contest. We all got drunk and decided to see who could sleep with the most guys in one night. And believe it or not, I came in last with 6. Then a month later, I was pregnant. And I had no idea who the father was. With the 6 guys that night and a couple of others over the previous couple of weeks, there was almost no way to be sure. So I finished out the semester, and then I took off a year to have my baby. It took me 2.5 more years just to finish it. But I did get accepted to law school. So now I have a 4-year-old. And this morning she asked me the question I've been dreading for the past 5 years. She asked me who her father is. Mr. Hayes, I was devastated. I've had all this time to try and figure out what I was going to tell her. And when the moment came, I was tongue-tied. All I could do was just rush her out the door to school and tell her we'd talk about it later. But I still have no idea what I'm going to tell her.
As an attorney, I advise that you tell your daughter the truth.
The truth?
Yeah, a managed truth, but still the truth. Tell her that her father did not turn out to be the kind of man that you hoped he'd be, so you was forced to go at it on your own. Have you lied so far?
I guess not. But you know, one of these days, I won't have a young woman on my hands who I can, like you said, manage the truth with. One of these days, I'm going to have a young woman on my hands. One of these days, Dina's going to do the math, and she's going to figure out that she was conceived while her mom was still in college. Which means that her mom was a teenage slut who can't even tell her who her father is. Now, what is she going to think of me then?
By then, Dina's mom will be a successful attorney, someone who has loved her all her life and given her the best of everything. She'll be able to deal with the full truth that although you and her father coming together was really more than, one of...
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead. Nothing more than a booty call, right? A drunken one-night stand.
Listen, Miss Ellis, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, so you and her father did not come together under the best of circumstances. But you know what? God wanted her to be born. You loved her too much to abort her out of existence. She'll be able to deal with that. Trust the old guy.
But what if she can't? What if she can't? I don't know what I'd do if Dina rejected me. You know what else? I thought that getting pregnant and having a child would have changed me, made me more mature or more responsible. But all it did was slow me down. When I do get a chance to get out for the weekend, I still end up in some hotel with some guy I barely know. And here's the part that's really hard. When you and TC interviewed me, I told myself that I'd get each of you in bed before my first year was up. So when you started talking to me about running off for the weekend...
Hey, please, don't say no more.
No, Steve, I need to say this. You need to know what kind of person you hired. I didn't want to sleep with you because I thought I had to in order to keep my job. No, I just saw two fine, successful black men who happened to be lawyers, and I said to myself, I ought to get some of that. That's why I was crying, Steve. This morning, when you came in, I asked myself, what kind of person am I? And I didn't like the answer. I look at you and TC, and I see the kind of person I wish I were. I wish I had a good marriage like you and Jackie. I wish I had someone who really, really loved me. I wish I could have a relationship with God like you and TC. But God wouldn't want anything to do with me. I don't even want anything to do with me. I'm nothing but a slut. A skeezer. A whore who doesn't even get paid. I'm even scared to have an AIDS test. I don't even want to look in the mirror anymore. God, I'm nothing, Steve. Steve, I'm nothing.
Listen, Miss Ellis. Miss Ellis, look at me. Miss Ellis, look at me. Let me tell you something. Everybody does things that they're not proud of, okay? And everybody has done something that makes them feel like they're nothing, but don't you ever think that you can do anything that will separate you from God. Don't you realize that God values you highly? Even if you was twice as bad, 10 times as you think you are, God still would have sent Jesus to die on the cross just for you because he loves you that much. Yeah.
You're telling me that in spite of me, in spite of all the wrong I've done, that God can still love me?
Absolutely. Hey, he can love somebody like me. Now, I'm pretty sure TC told you what I did to go to prison, but guess what? He didn't tell you everything that I was into before that, okay? Let's just say there's some things that I better not own up to. But when I was locked up, you know, my pastor came to see me. He said, Steve, I don't care what you've done. God's love saved from the guttermost to the uttermost. And he wants to save you. Then he prayed for me. I believed him. I prayed along with him. And Jesus came into my life and changed my life for the better. I got out of jail in 3 years. I should have done at least 10. The judge paid for me to go to school. I'm the senior partner, Miss Ellis, in my own law firm. And on top of that, listen, God blessed me with a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful daughters. Trust me. He didn't do all of this for me because I was some good little altar boy all my life, okay? God's love looks beyond our past and even the wrong that we're doing now in the present.